Hello everybody, welcome to Negotera Odyssey. How is everybody? Today we have Keeper of Receiving, Keeper of Alchemy, and Keeper of Fairy Tales. I have to tell you, yesterday I had so many fun moments and I felt so in receivership. The day before, on Sunday, I said, I'm going to make happy plans for Monday. Regardless of weather, I'm going to hop on a train and I'm going to go to my favorite huge beading warehouse. And I am going to shop for hours and I'm going to get some great stuff for my spring designs. I'm so excited and I've mapped it all out in my head. And I have to tell you, everything came together minute by minute. It was just wonderful. In fact, I left earlier than planned. The trains leave every half hour, super lucky. Literally get there, boom, on the train, get at the station, boom. My Uber is there, boom, I'm at my beautiful bead warehouse and I'm shopping. Wonderful conversations with the Uber driver. I don't think I've ever taken an Uber by myself. I just have my own car, but this place is a little far away. So I was like, I'll train an Uber and relax. And I had the greatest conversation with both of my Uber drivers. This man was in his 70s and he was hilarious and he was wonderful. And he talked about one of the reasons he started doing was actually Lyft, but he was saying why he started doing Lyft was he started working for a component of the church and the hospital of bringing people in that needed chemotherapy and all this stuff. And he just had a great aspect and we had these great philosophical conversations. And he had told me the funniest and just all these things that decades before he inherited a lot of money and it was like $500,000 and he was grieving. It was from his parents. And how he just sunk into this world of like drinking and partying and prostitutes, and then he was just saying how when you don't value who you are, you don't value anything you have. And then he was saying, and I ended up giving up drinking through a really weird way because he was struggling with it. And he's like, I actually was able to quit through the use of heroin. And then to make him laugh, I was like, oh, but not today, right? And then we're just having it. He's like, no, he's like, this was decades and decades ago. But it was like he was just sharing. And I felt in such receivership and so honored to be able to hear all this and what he does today. And we just, we had this kind of understanding that sometimes when you go through really depths of sadness and loss or depravity or whatever it is, you appreciate life and people and health so much. And it really was that beautiful moment of receivership of just sharing. Same thing on the ride home with this other fellow talking about his daughter, and everybody was just so warm because I'm always innately curious about people that drive other people because I'm like, they must run into maniacs. They must, I'm always picturing like New York City or like a freaking Sodom and Gomorrah at midnight. But he's like, no, for the most part, he's like, they're professionals, they're at grocery stores. And then I was talking about, oh, do you allow pets in? And it was just so wonderful. And when we decide we're going to have adventures and we're going to talk to people and things are going to be, like we're going to get cool information and we're going to have a good time. Not to mention, I think I got some of the coolest beads ever. I'm going to be posting on IG some of them. And I made this necklace last night. And I have to say, it's pretty much my all-time favorite. It's so breathtakingly, like it looks like, I don't know. I wanted to make something that looked like almost like a museum piece, that just the colors and the richness. And I was so excited and it's so fulfilling. And when we're in receivership for our creativity, that's another thing we're able to do to thrive in our creativity, which brings us to Keeper of Alchemy. It's like the right intentions with the right amount of gratitude for sure equals phenomenal like bliss and synchronicities and making sense of the path and the map and the things in front of us to a degree where we make things happen that just bring us out of the stratosphere. We no longer settle for mundane. We no longer give minimum effort. We really try. We're really excited and we're really empowered by so much, which brings us to Keeper of Fairy Tales. We can create our own fairy tale any day. Right now it's 60 degrees out. I look out, I see all the birds. Yesterday, oh my Lord, it was 2:00 and I was like, oh crap, I didn't let Mochi in. I just kind of woke up and I went and I opened the back door and there were 3 deer right there, 2 feet away. And they didn't run. I didn't startle them because I opened the door slowly because I don't want to hit Mochi. And they all just looked up at me and continued to just graze. And it was so beautiful. And I just stood there for probably like 20 minutes and just looked at them and watched them and their playfulness. Also, they have like a big kind of grassy lawn, and they just love it. They can run and play and stuff. And it was a slice of heaven. And that was that thing where, what is a big part of fairy tales? Beautiful natural elements, right? So go in nature and observe, and get that main character energy, and go for the things that you want. Have those Cinderella moments, have those singing in the forest Snow White moments, and leave space in between to just honor what you see and how you feel and what is happening. So if it's not as sparkling and dazzling as you want, you can pause and you can pivot and you can change that path a little bit, so you do feel excited and you do feel honored in your time and endeavors, for sure. So my beauties, I love you, and that is what you were meant to hear today. I hope you all have a good day. Comment down below if you've seen something that's just kind of taken your breath away in the last couple of days. I love reading your comments and hearing about what you guys' experiences are as well. So love and light.